Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser, which is that hotel that Disney put together, is going to be closing the doors in September. This is a 48-hour stay where you would be immersed in a Star Wars universe. Very cool, but most of the reason it's closing down is because it was incredibly expensive, somewhere around $5,000. I sure hope everybody who used to work at this hotel can find a new home somewhere in the Disney family. In much brighter news, Futurama is back. The brand new reboot is coming to Hulu July 24th. I will be watching every episode. SAG-AFTRA, which is the union that protects a lot of actors and other entertainment people, have asked their members for authorization to go on strike. They represent 160,000 people. This doesn't mean they're going on strike, it just means that they want to have that option when they're talking to the producers. This is the same producers that AMPTP that's currently against the WGA, so we might have a strike-filled summer. I'll let you know what happens with that. That's a big story coming up. Let's talk about how the CW is now shifting away from superheroes. For over a decade, the CW has been known for its incredible superhero shows, including Arrow, The Flash, and Supergirl. But during their recent Upfronts presentation, Brad Schwartz, the entertainment president, revealed a new vision for their future. Schwartz acknowledged that while the shows were once the hallmark for the CW, they no longer resonate with the network's audience. The young adult audience has changed their viewing habits, no longer making appointments to watch broadcast television. How do your grandparents watch television or your parents watch television compared to how you, or if you're a millennial like me, your kids are watching television? Likely those last two might not even be watching what they call television. They revealed a bunch of new shows that look much more like a TBS or TNT drama, and they said for like one of their most successful shows, Superman and Lois, it's still on the bubble, which is a big surprise because the show is still doing very well for them. That being said, Arrowverse is an amazing era of television. I'm so glad we had it. Greg Berlanti did a great job forming up a DC universe that worked. And while I'm ready for whatever DC comes next, we gotta give a shout out to the Arrowverse and everybody who was involved in all those shows. NetherRealm has announced a brand new Mortal Kombat. They explained this as a reborn Mortal Kombat universe created by the fire god Liu Kang. In the announcement, they explained that there's going to be a new fighting system, all kinds of new fatalities and game modes, and it's going to be on all the next-gen systems, including Nintendo Switch, which was weird. The game's going to release on September 19th, and they're already doing the pre-orders now. My favorite thing about this announcement is they showed that there's going to be a story mode. In this story mode, they're going to show how this new universe has some different rivalries, some altered backstories. This feels more like an alternate universe than it does going back to the first universe kind of thing. And this roster is stacked with some classic players. You're seeing a lot of them in the video I'm showing here, but you guys got to check out the full trailer. It's on our website. I cannot wait to get my hands on Sub-Zero again. He is my favorite. We're getting some exciting updates and leaks for Mortal Kombat 1. So first for the updates, apparently it's going to be coming with a huge roster of classic characters. Just a few of the real popular ones: Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Raiden, Liu Kang, Katana. It's a pretty stacked roster. We also learned of something called cameo characters, which are going to be characters that come in and assist you during the fight. Now all that's fun, but that's not what's still in the headline. There's a leak from an Italian Amazon page that shows a DLC coming up. And the DLC will include 3 characters. First is Homelander from The Boys, next is Peacemaker from the DC universe, and lastly Omni-Man from Invincible. Right away, Homelander versus Omni-Man, I just want to see that happen. And can you imagine Peacemaker's fatalities? All of these guys' fatalities. It's going to be really good. Now of course this is a leak, so take it with a grain of salt, but this is really being backed up by some amazing sources. Specifically Polygon is the one I'm talking about here. Now we've seen in previous Mortal Kombat games them get some big names like God of War and stuff like that, so I'm not surprised by this. I just cannot wait to get my hands on some of these new playable characters. Sub-Zero versus Homelander, that is going to be so cool.